tools and weapons so far in Apex Season 3.
Yep. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, Papa Smithy. I believe that's it, as we are going to have the teams facing off here early on. Surprised to see no firearms this time around. Has been something that we've seen in this particular map.
2 quick picks here for X6.
Oh,
Whoa.
massive. Make that 3, 4. X6 are tearing them up. Mickey's going to lose his mech and his life, as Effect is the only one to get a revenge kill. So X6, the early statement, most certainly for them.
Yeah, they will be able to drop down and get the first contest on the point. 2 kills very quickly for GodsB, dashing.
But still, they do need to get this flip very, very soon. And Sound Barrier does go down on the side of X6. So GILY gets it this time, and Taimou going to throw down the tack visor. It's a really nice Transcendence to avoid a lot of that damage, but it's not quite enough, as EnVyUs has picked up 3 picks already. Make that more as the Helix Rockets tear ChoiHyoBin apart. And unable to get any harassment, as GodsB is going to find him once again. And here's the dive. NoSmite right in amongst it already, but EnVyUs, they're just going to pick him off. ChoiHyoBin is going to be able to get the kill onto Chips, but without all the front line, self-destruct is going to come in. TimeBoy gets another pulse bomb kill, though, onto Taimou. This could be it. This could be an opportunity now for X6 to get the flip back. They only need 5%, and they're all on this point. Effect doing what he can. Throws down the pulse bomb, but doesn't get any of the damage, and is finally taken out there by TimeBoy.
Yeah, BeBe with a double kill coming through on the Zenyatta before going down. Here's the last attempts to delay. They want to buy time. Taimou can't buy much, and we're already in overtime.
Well, Chips is going to do what he can, but it's not going to be enough here for now.
Mickie can buy a lot of time too.
Yeah, most certainly can. Primal Rage from Cocco already on the point here at the same time. They got it up to 70%, but GodsB with a Dragon Blade now. We've got a self-destruct, and that's going to buy some space, but probably not going to be enough as the overtime ticks down and X6 draw first blood.
And it was the first time on Roadhog in previous seasons, but hasn't been entrusted on that with Effect in the lab. They've changed their compositions.
Effect, speaking of, is going to try and land some harass here as X6, most certainly in a group, just doing the best that they can. First cap, 5 seconds, and already a lot of harassment coming in. TimeBoy's going to be able to grab the mech, and Taimou's going to fall down. BeBe, my God, he's going off today, Papa Smithy. And this is going to be, once again, X6 with the picks that they need to get the work done. Effect, once again, going to be able to get one, but this looks reminiscent of last time we saw this.
Yeah, the D.Va play there, I think, was the big difference. The first person to go down was D.Va's mech suit, so they didn't have the defense matrix.
The opportunity now for EnVyUs to answer back, as it's a 1 versus 2 as far as loss count is concerned in favor of EnVyUs.
Yeah, the health lead is still there. GILY popped the sound barrier right at the end. Not up for HarryHook. They're trying to clean it up here, X6.
Yep. Seems like the smack talk happens whilst we're in-game as well, Papa Smithy, as GodsB's off and off at the end of this particular battle, and X6 should be able to grab this once again as it ticks up to 99%.
And look, if you're going to drop it at 99%, obviously it's the best it can be because you have the most likelihood. If you flip it again, you'll get the support ultimate, separated the team. Chips is the first, had to pop the Transcendence.
Truly ready as Effect. He's going to recall just to try and win this Tracer battle, and NoSmite's going to be able to take down Chips. Yeah, he's spending a lot of time in the Death Chambers. There's another one that gets rid of the mech, so the Pulse Bomb doing work here, but GodsB with Attack Visor takes down Taimou again, and he's owning this point right now for X6, looking to try and make this a 2-0 on Control.
Yeah, we're watching for the last couple of kills here. X in such a great position. Contest coming through from the last couple of people alive for EnVyUs. Feels like just a waiting game here, Atlas.
Yeah, that's going to be that. The 2-0 on Control for X6, and we talk.
GodsB's played basically only DPS's first time on Triple Tank. We see the drop down from NoSmite.
Yeah, he's going to jump back to safety, though, as they have control at this point for the moment, but EnVyUs all as a group. Taimou's going to grab the first pick as GILY falls down early. EnVyUs looking good. Goodbye on a grenade is going to keep them alive for relatively long time, but Effect is able to grab that pick. And EnVyUs, they're just storming through right now to try and grab this first cap as GodsB. That shield ain't enough, and Taimou's going to be able to lock him down. Effect just so incredibly good at harassing on this Tracer, and that is the first cap very fast.
Yeah, first point cap coming through. The Triple Tank usually has a last-second contest, and for now we're waiting for the drop down.
Yeah, well, Mickey's going to jump up to the high ground here just to get rid of ChoiHyoBin if he can. TimeBoy is going to fall to Effect, who's really starting to kick into gear right now on his Tracer. We know that he can be a slow starter, but the sound barrier from X6 is not quite enough to keep their lives together as Chips does fall down. That is actually going to be the self-destruct that takes him out. Just couldn't quite move quickly enough on that Zenyatta as NoSmite is trying to beat the heck out of Taimou. Is going to be able to do so as well with the help of that Primal Rage.
Support's down from the side of EnVyUs here, so things are looking good. Although EnVyUs continue trading up, Effect with a double.
Yeah, actually takes out the full front line as EnVyUs used that to take control. TimeBoy very, very low, and it seems like despite the kills that X6 are able to get, EnVyUs just streaming.
All the dives from X6 have got them very little. ChoiHyoBin loses the mech, but we're going to see the self-destruct.
Yeah, self-destruct going to come in, not going to be able to grab any kills as Effect takes out TimeBoy, despite that ultimate buying so much space. Reflect ain't going to do it, and Effect takes down GodsB as well. And he says, well, Taimou, if the words battle isn't going to be won by you, I'm just going to take this battle to King's Row and tear X6 apart. Seems like 1 Korean versus 6 is still won out by Effect.
This time Transcendence is available. They keep inching forward. Getting some picks here. They get the mech down on ChoiHyoBin.
Immediate attack visor comes out from Taimou, has the support of the sound barrier as well as they're tearing X6 up. Only 2 remaining as GodsB and BeBe looking to hold on to this point, and BeBe the last man standing. ChoiHyoBin, is he going to be able to get here in time to actually buy some space for this one? Booped out of the way, and that is going to be King's Row completed by EnVyUs.
And that's how you back up a pullback, have good sight lines, get the heals off, and there just was not that much healing available on the side of X6 the moment the amp came down from GILY. So first push certainly not successful compared to EnVyUs's.
Yeah, some low health bars though as Mickie gets demech. TimeBoy is the one responsible for that as Coco's going to fall, so no frontline. Effect grabs BeBe with a pulse bomb, but otherwise X6 doing fantastically well. Chips falls down with a pulse bomb of TimeBoy's as well, so X6 finally getting an opportunity and could be the cap now as they've already managed 2 ticks. We're very, very close. GodsB comes in with attack visor, but okay, well, that was probably poorly communicated.
Yeah, communication did fall apart there. They didn't have to use that ultimate. Would have meant they would have had a 4 or 5 ult time, a 4 ult bank available, so their ult economy team. Mickie last to fall.
Oh, Effect!
Yeah, it's picked off, so there may not be as strong a contest right last second here. Primal Rage drawn out of Coco.
Just going to try and get people off this point, cause some disruption as GodsB's looking for targets. ChoiHyoBin takes down HarryHook, and Chips is going to fall as well, so no healing now available. Apart from Taimou, who might have himself a healing field. That's about it. Now EnVyUs once again scattered to the hills.
No healing, no frontline. That is going to be the claim. Eventually, you'd have to imagine buying some crazy heroics from Effect. Effect finally taken out.
Yeah, Taimou going to go as well, so that is going to be second point.
Coco's too late. They already got the checkpoint, so he dies as well.
End of this particular map, and that is going to be the Transcendence coming down from Chips.
Space.
Yeah, uses that as an opportunity to put down the attack visor, but is zoned by the self-destruct. It's actually Mickey's that went down there just to try and buy some space, but it just wasn't quite enough. Never mind, though. EnVyUs still able to just wipe the floor with X6, and the cart continues to move backwards.
Still the defensive dive is working. The Transcendence to buy space for Soldier, and when you see the Soldier...
X6 may not even make it there because you were mentioning meterage, Papa Smithy, and that certainly is feeling like kilometerage at this particular point after it's been pushed back. GILY, though, is going to be able to strike. Coco falls down, and there is the Transcendence coming in for X6. Earth Shatter is going to be able to pick up 1 stun, and Mickey's going to lose his life for it. TimeBoy picks up the credit for that one, and it is going to be the overtime, and can EnVyUs buy themselves enough space to stop this cart? Looks like enough of the kills have come in. EnVyUs, can they get themselves onto this point? Coco with a massive health bar is going to jump himself down, and is he going to be able to buy the space? Yeah,
GodsB's ulting, but the sound barrier comes in at the perfect time. 2 picks so far. Defensive Bastion.
Okay, sets him up in decent position, but he's going to fall down, and that's X6 completing the push in overtime.
You can't help but be excited when a Bastion shows up last point.
Yeah.
King's Row, we've all dealt with it in competitive play, but at the end, they couldn't contest the cart. Remember, they have significant advantage in terms of the walk back to the point. So they will, for at least a time, outnumber as Mickey's still not lost the mech.
Oh my goodness, and he's going to get healed back up as well. EnVyUs got themselves onto the point, but it's not making any marks. That is self-destruct coming down, and EnVyUs only need to move this very small increments up as Taimou has the attack visor already. It's the Dragon Blade coming in, but GodsB is getting taken down by that ultimate. Not a lot of space that you can work with there, and that's going to be that. EnVyUs grabbed that point almost as easily as the first time around.
It needed to be a Dragon Blade, but was actually a Genji at 92%. Nano boosted, looking for that last percentage, so wasn't able to contest.
He can utilize that when he wants.
Transcendence already used, forced out of chips.
Translocator's up as well, does get up here, throws down the EMP. Mickie picks up that first kill onto NoSmite. No barriers, of course, available, so it was easy pickings. And Taimou grabs GILY as well. This could be the opportunities. BeBe gets the res on 2. And that's going to even out the score. Massive double with the self-destruct. And EnVyUs say that they don't mind. Effect, in fact, celebratorily kills himself. It's because they think that they've got this point. It's ticked at least past the first, and BeBe's going to fall down. This should be it for EnVyUs.
And they drop down just because they understand the point will be given up here and they want to reset on point B. It's a good time to die if you are the Mercy and Soldier in that spot, but still a good delay. They actually took away 3 minutes 20 of the bank.
We'll see whether he is going to have Taimou there to help out, and he gets the pick onto GodsB as well, so good start. Now he's looking for it. Does have the invisibility, but holds on to that EMP. Pulse Bomb softens up that mech and does eventually get the kill onto it as well with the help of Taimou. TimeBoy here as well. He's going to fall down. Taimou doing a heck of a lot of work on this Sombra. Still has the EMP as he goes invisible now, looking for a target. Massive triple with the self-destruct.
And you get a lot of percentage here, at least 1 checkpoint now, as the respawns are going to be considerable. Finally coming in from X6, that's 2 checkpoints. Can anyone even get on the point?
How did he even do that without an EMP to help out, Papa Smithy? That was amazing. Hacks are coming in now from Taimou. He throws out the EMP because he thinks that he wasn't even going to have to use it. And that is going to be the cap on Temple of...
So controlling the cart.
Okay, wow, that Discord Orb not quite enough, as there's the kill. Effect easily takes out GodsB, who had absolutely no health, but that doesn't seem to matter. The front line now dead on the side of EnVyUs and X6, looking to try and make their mark. ChoiHyoBin takes down Chips, but HarryHook and Taimou have at least traded back for the supports. Effect on the respawn's going to come in and once again take down that Tracer battle, but NoSmite just feels unstoppable. He's so incredibly low though, and that's Effect also falling down, but his recall timing is impeccable as usual and doesn't even need the Pulse Bomb.
HarryHook even opened on the Soldier, which we didn't mention, but it's a pretty common thing. So a Lucio-less comp from EnVyUs, one of the few teams to do that. GodsB's controlling the checkpoint right now. EnVyUs needs to look for a formation to contest this.
Yeah, hopping back onto the Soldier and really making this one work. As Mickie jumps forward. Okay, looks like this will be the cap.
Wait, here we go, Soldier.
Yeah, Tac Visor comes in. ChoiHyoBin is going to be demacked, but there's the sound barrier, and that's going to mean that the Soldier is most certainly...
Row, for example, where HarryHook has always flexed the Soldier, but doing it in this scenario on Temple of Anubis is something different. Relying on the healing from the hacked health packs and that healing station.
Well, GodsB's going to be able to take down Effect here as he throws down the Tac Visor. EMP comes in. That's going to mean Mickie falls as well, but the self-destruct is going to be able to pick up the Zenyatta somehow. Mickie just seems to find all of the kills.
5 for 1.
Comes in from TimeBoy. And this could be it. X6 on the attack. They're trying to hold this one. They've already got 1 tick. Make that 2 as it's ticking back up. EnVyUs trying to get onto the point as Taimou is here. HarryHook down very, very low. Gets that Wraith form out, but more time is being bought.
And a boost put down already. They're trying for the defense, but 2 already dead. Tracking the visits, Wraith form here with the nano boost. Reaper hasn't got any value yet, but has to drop off again and can't do anything, can't contest the point, and an even faster capture for X6.
Yeah, and we thought that EnVyUs
between traces means they haven't been able to contest the Widowmaker like they could before, so it's been largely just free shots for GodsB.
Yeah, Hack does come in though. Now GodsB still looking for these picks. They can't quite find the targets, however. That's going to be Mickie looking to get rid of him. Does find the kill, and EnVyUs storming through on this first point. Is this going to be the opportunity now as ChoiHyoBin with this big Gatling gun? It's just going to fall down.
Buying time was the best you could hope to do. De-meching Mickie. Not going to be a big win either. Some kills traded on the side as somehow GILY takes out Taimou without a boot. That's interesting, but EnVyUs, they want this fight to happen in overtime so that the respawns won't come through.
Taimou's invisible.
Transcendence popped.
Yeah, there's an opportunity now for the EMP, but doesn't throw it down. There it is. He's going to break all of these barriers. Effect throws in the Pulse Bomb, picks up the mech, and that could be good enough here. As GodsB, just going to stun and destroy. See you later, Effect. as he's really trying to run around on this Cowboy, but eventually falls. NoSmite here as well, but that health bar is rapidly decreasing, and Cocco is just going to punch him in the head.
You can see EnVyUs forced off. There's no way for them to fully contest, running low on numbers. Nice boop as well, and they just about
down very, very low.
Here's Cocco.
Yeah, it's going to jump all the way up. But
yeah, he's taken down.
Yeah, ChoiHyoBin is going to be able to pick up that kill. Opportunity now for X6 to continue pushing forward.
And nice stuff from D.Va and Zenyatta, basically peeling in some ways for the Widowmaker, punishing Cocco for jumping up. Taimou's dead as well. It's 6v4.
Yeah, he's been headshotted. Now TimeBoy just having a field day on the point. GodsB as well, getting picks left, right, and center effect. He's the only one that's been able to really get anything, but X6 still have 5 members. They're sitting on this point, and this is going to be a massive amount of time to move forward onto point 2 if they can complete this. And it looks like they will be able to. TimeBoy still just harassing effect.
1 HP for effect, finally taken down. The Tracer battle wasn't going to be consequential, but this time is won by ChoiHyoBin. Still hasn't fallen, now will be demeched.
Yeah, that's going to be it. Taimou, he's reaping havoc on the backline as well. Chips was the one to get rid of that mech. ChoiHyoBin is going to be still alive though as Primal Rage gets rid of Taimou effect, gets rid of BeBe though. And HarryHook's doing work on the backline as well. GodsB, I mean, it's only going to be Mickey's mech, and have EnVyUs done it? Held this one off against X6 on the final point.
We're trying to evaluate so many alive from EnVyUs. You'd have to think they might have finally done it. This would actually force an overtime map. We're going to actually have to have a decider that's going to be even if we don't see that checkpoint come in for X6.
It's such a long time since we've seen this. It just shows both of these teams are so incredibly hungry. Another EMP flies out as this overtime continues to get ticked over and over again, but it's getting ever more difficult as it's just a shooting gallery provided by X6, and EnVyUs do get the hole.
That's insane. So for a first time in a long time, we will have a tiebreaker. If you guys haven't watched long enough to remember those, it will just be a single from X6. They're waiting for information because they know that Taimou can potentially go this way.
Well, in effect, he's still doing some work here as he is looking for that
GILY.
Oh my god,
GodsB.
make that too. Yeah, exactly right. The picks are there, but TimeBoy eventually finishes him off. It's EnVyUs with the man advantage, though. It's only tanks left on the side of X6, and ChoiHyoBin losing a lot of his health on this mech. Effect gets rid of him. That's going to be the kill, and EnVyUs should be able to get this first capture.
Yeah, so much time was invested to actually take out. They changed the fight. They had so much ult economy, but it ends up being wasted. Has to Transcendence just to get on and contest.
And X6 are getting pushed out of this point as well. Cocco picks up one, Effect grabs another. Self-destruct does absolutely nothing, but it doesn't seem to matter. TimeBoy gets Taimou, but once again, he's brought so much pressure for his team, and EnVyUs are tearing X6 apart.
That's it.
The overtime's ticking down, and that's going to be EnVyUs securing the victory on Assault, in what was one of our long...
Doesn't have ult first, because Chips already has it. Pops the nano.
Yeah, Effect is going to be able to grab the pick onto BeBe as well. TimeBoy picks off HarryHook, so they trade Zenyatta's.
Here's the Riptire. Doesn't get anything.
A little bit unfortunate. It was exciting though, wasn't it, Pops?
You can't help but get pumped. We don't get any Junkrat in Apex.
Oh, damn right.
Or anywhere. Spam so far is still good. He's managed to zone them away. It was only a couple. Riptire available. It's going to be used again.
Havoc, yeah, throws
He's going
it
to do some
out.
climbing.
Oh, HarryHook going to be taken down as he boosts himself up here as well. Taimou has to run away, but GodsB picks up attack visor kill. ChoiHyoBin there as well on this Reinhardt, tearing people up, and TimeBoy. This is looking insane from X6. I don't know how this is working.
They have 4 minutes 50 going into the power plant.
HarryHook. It's a huge deal as they throw down their sound barrier. Attack visor there as well as X6 have a bunch of ultimates that they can use. 3 picks already, make that 4 as the cart continues to move forward. Sound barrier from EnVyUs, but HarryHook, he's the only man standing. That's the team wipe, and that's going to be the full push from X6.
One of the most innovative offensive rounds we have seen in so long in Apex. On defense, we get the crazy. You think back to Luxury Watch Blue, whether it was their body shot, Widowmaker comp, or their triple support.
Himself a drink and continue to throw these shotgun pellets right in, but maybe it's pushed far enough here from EnVyUs to break through. They've traded at least a mech in, but Taimou grabs the kill. Effect gets a pulse bomb down so early in this fight. GodsB sort of getting things off the back end, but Effect is going to bully him out of there.
In much more simple fashion, We're going to see the last second test to buy a second.
It was close, but no cigar.
Now, we could definitely see a very Transcendence up. It's so damn hard.
Mickie's going to jump in. The Pulse Bomb is still in hand. Chips actually finds NoSmite. This is important. GodsB throws down the Tac Visor, but that's the Transcendence from EnVyUs, keeping his members alive. GodsB throws out a Helix Rocket and gets a kill on TimeBoy as well. That is both supports dead. There's now Effect is going to come in, try and see what he can do. X6 members are dropping left, right, and center as Effect looks for the backhand kill. Doesn't quite get it, but TimeBoy eventually falls down. There goes the mech from ChoiHyoBin.
Contesting the cart, but that's all they're really doing here. The respawn and the walk back is too far. Hoping that the EnVyUs will use as much resources as possible. Some respawns do come in, but again, it's very smart to drop back here. They probably will have to give up point B.
Yeah, and the pseudo triple DPS on this push as well as Chips is going to move over to the Sombra.
They're actually still contesting. Good job by TimeBoy.
Yeah, Pulse Bomb comes in actually to buy some space to get the staggered run-throughs as GILY's going to fall down, but GodsB grabs Effect. This could be important as the Primal Rage is there. We do have the EMP coming in from Chips. Try and get some work done, but I'm not sure whether it's going to be enough as X6 have at least bought enough time to get themselves some solidification. And NoSmite is smacking everyone around. Sound Barrier is able to be bought time for as well from GILY.
The hack doesn't actually stop the ultimate from coming through. So Tac Visor was popped by GodsB. Taken out though, 3 picks, the final ones here. They take out the Diva and the Lucia to finally claim point B.
Yeah, we've got absolutely no space left to go as TimeBoy, he recalls his way back onto the point. Effect grabs GILY though, and makes it a double with the kill into TimeBoy, so they should be able to make it over here.
And X6 are so good at contesting.
Yeah, we're
looking for as many as possible. There it is. Yeah. Transcendence was used early though, so it is available.
Yeah, throws that one out and isn't going to get cancelled, so Effect, he's able to pick up the first kill onto GodsB. That was nicely timed after the Transcendence. And X6 throws down the Sound Barrier. BeBe going low, he's going to get taken out. And EnVyUs looking to try and push this one up.
Winston's dead.
We are so close to overtime.
Both frontliners dead on the side of EnVyUs.
X6 still trying to do what they can, and they are picking up the kills now. Taimou and Effect both dead.
And
Chips as well. No DPS up as GodsB. There's the Tac Visor just to put the last nails in the coffin, and X6 looking to hold on and bring us to a game number 5.
We're going to map 5, Atlas. So much stall tactics that was successful for the side of X6, and innovation again is rewarded. Opening the Junkrat on attack from their Winston main. Completely. EMP is left up. They need to make a hard commit, and they need to make it now.
They have a defensive Earth Shadow. No, they don't, because Coco's going to be taken out to sleep. Onto TimeBoy is there, but GodsB's going to get rid of the turret, and X6 should have been able to start this cart moving with a fantastic attack move.
And amazingly, it was the stubbornness of X6 to stick with what they thought would work eventually. They had the ult time, they didn't have to use that many of the ultimates. Only ended up being 2, I believe, invested in the end. The pick onto it's been great for X6.
I thought Hollywood was in LA. Apparently it's in Germany, man. We're on the Autobahn. We are moving this one forward, but at least the Transcendence is there from BeBe to... No, it is from BeBe. So this is on the attack that they're utilizing it. And it's going to be X6 continuing their onslaught. I thought this might have been EnVyUs' chance to fight back.
Yeah, the perspective there was interesting. Basically, Transcendence was used the moment they sniffed out a Sombra, cancelled anything happening during the course of the EMP, and then they kept pushing because that Transcendence had been held on for so long, looking for that contest that we almost always see at the end of point B. It's not there, and the time bank why they do not consider the switch over.
Yeah, he's going to jump back in his mech as well, so holds on to that self-destruct. It's good news, but Taimou, bad news for him as TimeBoy picks him up. He is going to trade his life, and GodsB, he's now able to wreak havoc.
Tac Visor's down now. This is just the tracking here as they're taking down Cocco as well. Finally, the cart starts to push. Still tools available, and very soon an EMP from Chips.
Only 5 seconds to go, though, before we hit that overtime as EnVyUs, with the defender's advantage, should have an opportunity to still reform and get themselves back in. Multiple picks are going to be needed from X6 as there's the self-destruct to buy the space. And overtime continues to tick down. Effect is going to be taken though. Mickie loses his mech. This could be it for X6 as they push forward. Sound barriers down from EnVyUs to get them onto this point, but it's answered by X6 who've only lost BeBe. X6 now picking up the kills that they need to move this cart onto the point. It's in overtime, but it's still looking good.
Here it is, they full push it, and having the two supports ended up being the difference. Not having both Transcendence and Sound Barrier meant that when you know 100% what is available, at minimum, the Reaper and the Sombra ults. Chips needs to catch 3 in this ult. Even if the D.Va's alive, it ruins all the hopes. There it is.
Yeah, that's going to be EMP as Effect is able
He slapped!
Oh my god, it happened! Taimou unable to utilize it. He throws down the Death Blossom late, but he's dead.
Very, very low.
Oh yeah,
least.
very,
He's not
very low.
taken
He
down.
actually went down to 0, but then eventually falls. Overtime has ticked in. Chips is now in the house. Self-destruct comes down. It's going to be no kills available. TimeBoy so close to having that ultimate. Now wants to try and get onto that point and get EnVyUs off it as they're looking to try and tick this one up. It is moving almost up to the second tick. But to push this the whole way with so little time available to them will be so difficult. However, they're still on the point.
Yeah, it looks like they will finally get it at least. It looked like it was thwarted by the sleep dart as well. Last second contest.
Yeah, and ChoiHyoBin, he gets back onto the point as well, so that's so much more time that they bought. With D.Va able to do so much, the recall comes in. Taimou now building up his Death Blossom once again. EnVyUs do eventually get that push in. 2.5 minutes. That grenade was fantastic.
And it was also eaten by the D.Va as well.
Oh god, just not exactly what you want, but it's fantastic reactions from X6 that we need to be focusing on. Taimou is dealt with, but EnVyUs still fighting. Good reflect from GodsB keeps him alive. After that, Dragon Blade did a fair bit for X6, but EnVyUs was still winning that battle quite nicely as they're pushing this one so close to the second point.
It looks like they're going to claim it, though. They've got a good numbers advantage here, but the respawns, because of the position, are starting to come in. ChoiHyoBin has been majestic at holding cards, but I don't know if it's going to be enough.
Speaking of another D.Va as well, Mickie on this attack is looking brilliant on top of this card. Throws down the self-destruct there as well. X6 losing people left, right, and center, and there it is.
Still contesting
not
it.
Quite there. Okay, NoSmite dealt with, and then we make it to the second point. Push in.
BeBe needs to farm up the ultimate. Transcendence could be the real tool to allow some delays for X6's Chips. He wants to steal with the Zenyatta.
Oh, he hops his way back, actually faking out on that EMP. Wanted to stop it, wanted to make him use an early one as the Transcendence does come down. There is still an EMP available. Taimou is taken, and HarryHook's dead as well. EnVyUs, they're losing all of their team members. Double kill out from ChoiHyoBin from X6, and this may have actually won them the set as the overtime ticks down, and X6, the underdogs, take down EnVyUs after 2 clean sweeps in a row against Freecs.